target membership by 2018 of the VGCL. Keyword is target membership by 2018. Remember at the moment we're having about 8 million, right? 8 million members. So what is the target next year? Having about 8 million now. The right answer is 10 million. Năm 2015 mới đạt được bao nhiêu con số này? Mới nói bao nhiêu? 8 million. Nearly more than 8 million, right? So the target cannot be 15 million in just 2 or 3 years, right? It couldn't be just 9 million. These two numbers are too high for just about 2 or 3 years. So the right number, the target membership of the VGCL next year will be 10 million member. Okay? So these are a few things I would like you to remember and to learn about the operations and the structure of VGCL. Today we're going back to talk about it, everyone. But let's see the result. Let's take a look at the result we have on Sunday. Because we're learning on Sunday. So Sunday is the winning team. Can everybody please give a big hand to Sunday? Who's Sunday here? Oh, big hand for Sunday. Thank you. And then you can give me your list of the names of members in your team later. So can I add some extra point for you? Okay. Good, everyone. Okay, so it was a warm-up to remind you of some of the basic numbers and main features of the VGCL, the top, highest organization that is in charge of the operations of trade union in Vietnam. Today, we're going to explore how membership is formed in trade union. Going to learn about member attitudes toward trade union. This is a very important lecture notes, everyone. We're going to find out the motivation. What motivates people to join a membership? And we're going to learn some legal aspects of the operation of trade union here in Vietnam. The questions of whether enterprises have to or must establish trade union will be answered today. We also learn about leader attitude, trade union leader attitude here. Of course, the knowledge that you're going to explore from the book is obviously in the United States. It's based in the United States, so I focus more on what is happening in Vietnam. And so what we're going to explore today, mostly on the situation, will be about situations in Vietnam rather than in the USA. So what you read from the book is a reference only. Okay? Probably give you some basic model and theory, but we base more on Vietnam. Okay? We're going to also learn about behaviors and some political activities. This will be discussed more next week. So, main objective of today, we want to explore union member participation, how is their commitment to the union, and the role of national unions in influencing the external environment for political actions. Now, when we talk about national unions, we're actually referring to VGCL in Vietnam. How the operation of VGCL influence the external environment for political actions here in Vietnam. Okay? We also need to be able to list factors that influence the motivation of union members here in Vietnam. What motivates people to join trade union? That is the biggest question today we have to answer. Explain whether employer must be unionized in Vietnam. Also, second question I need you to be able to answer. We need to learn from the law saying that employers must enable unionization in Vietnam. But what does it mean? We explore it today. And explain whether employees can simultaneously be committed to both employer and union goals. This question is also very interesting. If you are an employee, okay, if you are an employee and you join the trade union, it means you're having two commitments, right? Maybe I have to ask you, stop looking at the door. So people come and people go. It's their choice. Don't worry about their choices, okay? Let's take a look at where we are at here. Again, I was saying that if you join a company and you sign a labor contract, you become an employee. And as an employee, you have commitment to your organization. So that's the very first commitment you have to make. The second commitment is when you join a union. And so at the moment, you're having what we say dual commitment. Dual commitment is mean you have two commitments at the same time. And going to find out whether these two commitments actually support each other or it is against each other or it counter each other. We're going to explore that today. Especially if you work in the trade union as a trade union officer and you're still an employee of the organization. So you're having two very different commitments here. Are these two commitments having conflict to each other? That's the question we'll also explore today. Okay? Some of the effects that union political actions have on important outcome. Now, if you read the book already, you will see that these effects are very properly outlined and explained in the book, but it's explained based on the situation of the United States. In Vietnam, the political actions of the trade unions are very, very different from that in the United States. Notice that the way how unions are formed in the USA are also very different from the way how unions are formed here in Vietnam. And if you read Article number 1 of the trade union law that I asked you to do last week, you learn that trade union is actually belong to the... Have you read the first article of the law of trade union already? Bạn đọc điều 1 của luật công đoàn của Cục chưa? Yeah? Okay. How about next Tuesday when we have more people in an official class? But can you tell me the organization that manage the VGCL operation directly? Communist Party, right? Communist Party, Đảng Cộng sản Việt Nam. Đối với lại công đoàn ở bên Mỹ, thì công đoàn bên Mỹ có thuộc đảng mà ở đây trong trường hợp này hiện nay là đảng Cộng hòa không? Republic Party? No. So you see the difference here? In Vietnam, the VGCL belonged directly to the leading party. In the United States now, it was established based on the will of people. And even if you want to become a union in a company, you have to get elected for it. If you are in the United States, people have to compete to become the union officer. Here in Vietnam, it's a different story. Okay? So as you learn about political actions of the trade union here in Vietnam, I hope that you contrasted